Top 5 of the worst car modifications in South Africa. Now, there's been many videos talking about the top 5 worst car modifications, but not specifically about South Africa. And as a South African myself, I decided to assign myself to this challenge on making a video about the top 5 worst car modifications in South Africa. Everything in this video is just my opinion, and we are gonna joke about some of these. At number 1, we have the mud flap. Now you're probably wondering, hey, the mud flap, what's wrong with a mud flap? So, let me explain. There's nothing wrong with a mud flap, okay? I think they're quite helpful and look quite good on, let's say, a pickup truck, which you are going to be in dirt with. Some people think it looks good on almost anything else other than an off-road vehicle. For example, here is a VW Polo. If you don't know what a Polo is, it's like a small Golf, but just cheaper. Now, a lot of people, not just with their Polos, apply these horrid pieces of plastic on their car. And it's usually a hatchback. It's either an old Golf or some sort of city commuter grocery getter. And some people have the cheek to apply these mud flaps on luxury saloons. I've seen these on Audi A4s and Audi A5s. I mean, it's brand new models as well, 2018 model year cars, and they put these things on them. It's almost just as bad as the fake exhaust tips which you get in England. Oh, and trust me boy, those are also a thing in this country. And alongside these mud flaps, people also decide to put their car on air ride. With mud flaps, it's just the most devastating thing you could see happen to a car, especially a brand new one. Let's move on to the next one on my list, and that's the wheels. Bum bum bum. Now the wheel is probably the most common car modification you can do to a vehicle, and it changes the vehicle completely. It's one of the most powerful modifications you could do to change your car's appearance. Now, every other country buys a nice new car and the wheels are usually too small. So then, you as a human go to a nearby wheel shop, you buy yourself a bigger wheel, and then you apply it on your car and it looks a lot better than the stock wheel. But unfortunately, in South Africa, people tend to do the opposite, especially on public transport. Now let me explain. A lot of people in South Africa, let's start with 17-year-olds or 18-year-olds. The most bought car from a 17 or 18-year-old is a Fiesta ST. Now it already has very small wheels. I think it's like 15 inches or 16 inches. I don't know. It's a very small wheel. Now some of them decide to add an even smaller wheel, which is twice the width. It looks like they're driving with 4 pool balls stuck to the side. The poke is insane, and they usually have a massive dish which makes the wheel look like cooking pots stuck on the side of your car. Now, I said they did this with public transport, and that's true. Now, in every other country you have a taxi. We do have taxis in our country. They're some of the fastest things to exist. They're literally faster than a Formula 1 car. I'm not even kidding. But people think it looks good to put a 13-inch, if not smaller wheel on a massive minivan. Next up might be the worst one on this list, and that's the Timu splitter, as I call it. Now once again, people buy a brand new Polo or a Golf or any cheap hatchback because affordable cars are quite a big market in South Africa. Now I've seen people with normal Fiestas, like a 1-liter Fiesta, whatever, put these on their car. I've seen people put these on Mustangs. That's probably why the Americans hate us. And I've seen people clutter extremely special vehicles with this tack, as the English would say. It's just tacky and just nasty. I don't know how the normal human can conceive that that looks good on your car. It's awful. That might be the most controversial thing I've said on this channel, but I don't care. It's the truth. It looks shit. South Africa does have some special cars, and they're quite exotic or classified as rare and exotic in our country. For example, the Alfa Romeo Brera. It looks phenomenal, and some bloke which is in the mid 40s and 50s bought this car and they ruin it with this. Now this splitter is called a universal splitter. It's supposed to fit just about every hatchback or vehicle. The next modification is kind of on a list in every country that has, I don't know, an automobile in it. It's the steering wheel cover. I know, some people buy a new car once again and they put the weirdest of weirdest steering wheel covers on. I've seen ones with flames. I mean, fucking hell. And people put those on. I've seen people put ones with skulls on. I mean, seriously. And once again, this could be found in pretty much every cheap economy hatchback, specifically the Ford Fiesta. If you haven't noticed yet, I genuinely hate the Ford Fiesta. Whether it's the ST or any Ford hatchback, I hate the Fiesta. They're usually driven by baleens, and they're some of the most arrogant people I've met in my life. But anyways, let's move on to the worst car modification on this list, full stop. It's just the craziest thing that I'm about to show you, and that's paint. Now, some people get in an accident, a minor one, and they go and respray their car, fix their car. Nothing wrong with that. You can even change the color of your car. But some creepy weirdos decide to go a bit overboard with, let's say, paint. This also counts for decals. Basically the same thing, they change the color of your car. Now let me explain with this photo on your screen right now. Yeah, I know. Usually you would find this type of modification on vehicles with all the previous modifications. I went the Ford Fiesta. And I just have to give an honorable mention to the BMWs of this country. People buy the worst of the worst Facebook Marketplace BMW 320d from 2005 and whatnot. And some of you probably know where this is going. So M Performance or M Cars have the 3-color tricolor with the light blue, dark blue and red. Now yeah, some people go a bit overboard with this, just like this example on your screen right now. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Now keep in mind, everything I said in this video is just my opinion. I feel like a lot of people from South Africa will agree with me. Some of you might not. That's perfectly fine. It's your opinion. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like and a subscribe, and let me know if I should do more of these videos. But yeah, till next time, stay safe, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, goodbye.